Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be where... Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be where you are out there. Welcome back to the live stream. My name is Jeff Fritz. Today is March 22nd. We're going to write a little bit of code today. How's it going there, chat room?
Greetings, my excellent friend.
It is so good to see you. Facu Rodriguez is here. Nothing else matters. Stelzy, good to see you, friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. Ancient Coder. Happy Sunday to you indeed. This might be the day. This could be the day. This could be the thing. Oh my gosh. We are 15 followers from 10,000. 15 from 10,000. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. We are so close. It doesn't get much closer than that. Well, maybe it does. But we're getting so close. It is amazing. And I'm going to be beside myself. That's what's going to happen. First time watching, long time following. Thank you so much. A Ortiz, 1989. Thanks so much for tuning in. So when this flips over, I've got a bunch of stuff that we'll give away. I've got another Code Party signed hat over here. I've got a Live Coders backpack back there on the other side of the office that will give away stickers, and we're going to set up and we're going to prepare to host a 12-hour festival of software development. I think we're calling this. It's going to be just bonkers. So That's bound to happen today. We've got minimal March is continuing. We're continuing working in a minimal configuration. What's the minimum I need to be a good developer, a good .NET developer? Let me further qualify. The criticism, the misunderstanding a lot of folks have is, I need to have Windows, I need to have Visual Studio in order to be a .NET developer. And that's just not true. And we're showing you can be running on Linux on the command line with your favorite text editor and still be productive. There's ways that you can bring in scripts, you can bring in other tools that'll help you be more productive. You're not going to be as productive as if you had the full IDE. Folks like it this way. They have some tools and things that they find enjoyable, and that's okay. If that makes them happy, you can develop and be productive and build cool applications on the command line, and that's what we're doing all month long. We're going to be back in Linux working on Blazor, not on Blazor. We're going to be using Blazor. That's open source C# ASP.NET components that allow us to build web applications. We can even use Blazor to build mobile applications, but we're focusing on web because I'm a web person. I've got my Heroes of the Storm hat on today. I've got my Twitch shirt on because I'm going to be frank with you. It's we're weathering the storm now here in the States, at least, with the pandemic, with how things are going with the virus. This is day 9 of my county being locked down. We're supposed to be done on the 26th. That would be Thursday next week. So 6 more days. I don't think it's going to happen because people have been out and about and socializing, and those test counts, those confirmed diagnosis counts, continue going up, and they're going up faster. They're not going up slower. Some of that is because more people are getting tested. Some of that is folks have been socializing when they shouldn't have been. They've been out and about, and they've been hanging out at the shopping mall, and they've been going and been with friends and spreading this terrible disease. We're gonna see how things change here over the next week. But keeping a little bit, just 5 minutes right up front here as a little bit of a vlog, a record of, hey, here's what's happened. It's kind of important to me because it's interesting as I look through and as I've been working on the YouTube archive of all the videos, every show that we've ever recorded here together. Pair Programming Writing Code on Twitch is available over there on YouTube. I have about a month and a half, almost 2 months worth of videos that I have to update and activate out there for you to be able to watch if you're interested. And seeing how things change, seeing how we talk about things differently over time, and having almost a daily diary of here's what's going on in our technical industry, in the world around us, is compelling. It's interesting. It's something that I'm going to look back on in a couple of years and be like, holy crow, look at what all we did. So, yeah, we're going to get to that 10,000 number today. You're right, Ancient Coder. Hey, the Rambling Geek, good to see you. Fuel Snable, starting your 4th week of work from home because of the virus. Yeah. It sucks. Look, took your work far too long to act. I'm sorry to hear that, Rambling Geek. No longer want to be there. Last night, you have a silent cough. Feels like a cold coming on. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better. I hope you get through this. So we'll get through this together. Let's have some fun. Let's put all that junk behind us. And yes, boom, boom. What goes on this fine Sunday morning? I tell you, we're gonna have some fun here today. We've got the crazy sound effects ready to go. Help me out here, chat room. I was joking earlier in the week, last week, with this old man programmer, right? And I was I was pulling a voice, and back in my day, we didn't have these fancy IDEs and things. And I was thinking about making a bunch of recordings for Old Man Programmer, and have that something that you could trigger from chat. just don't what? You don't want to risk your boy. Yeah, absolutely. I completely hear that, rambling geek. So better to be safe with all these things. I haven't seen my parents since the winter holiday, and I'm not going to be seeing them for a while. So Mikey, hello, good to see you. So I was thinking about doing some recordings for the Old Man Programmer, and have that be something that folks can trigger from chat. I thought that would be fun. Only interaction with folks has been over video chat, says Fuel Snable. Good morning, Eternal Dev Coder. Let me get some music playing here in the background. Hey, Simon, good to see you. This keyboard wire is a little out of place. There we go. Music to code by. Let's get that started. Something nice, something that we can listen to, get us distracted, get us focused on whatever task it is that we're working on today. Let's play. This is Purple. There it goes. A little bit slow to start this one. This is music scientifically designed. It's engineered to get you in the flow, get you focused on whatever task it is that you're working on. Here it comes. Check it out, mtcb.pwop.com, written by our friend, Mr. Carl Franklin. Thank you so much, Carl, for letting us listen to your music while we write some code together here, live on stream. Everybody's healthy here at Fritz headquarters. Nothing, no problems here. No. J Steph, that is the sentiment analysis right there. That's the sentiment analysis that's being done live on chat. As folks in chat participate, this is reporting the smiley face is the most recent messages. If the machine learning algorithm has decided it was positive or negative, it'll be a smile or a frown. The number, you can see the description. I don't need to read it to you. It's right there. Tacos for everybody, and everybody loves tacos. And it pushes the sentiment up. Thank you, Eternal Dev Coder. Coming up this week, Thursday, we have a guest joining us for a sponsored stream. We're going to be talking about measuring and maintaining uptime for applications on Thursday. Friday, it's going to be about 8 hours. We have our ASP.NET Core live workshop. That's going to be all about ASP.NET Core 3.1. If you've used ASP.NET before, you haven't tried ASP.NET Core, you want to learn about what's all the excitement, tune in. If you're an expert, tune in as well. There's going to be lots of questions. You know, this is Twitch. We're going to have fun. There's going to be hijinks. It's going to be a long stream and get you started. It's not going to help you become an expert in .NET, Trilog, but becoming an expert in any programming language, any technology, takes a lot of practice. It takes falling on your face a little bit, making mistakes as you're building applications. I think that's something unique about the software industry is we can make mistakes as we're building things, and it doesn't hurt anybody. When you make mistakes and you don't correct them before you deploy to production, before you make it available to folks, you can hurt people. But as you're building, as you're tinkering, as you're learning, you can make mistakes and make big mistakes. You can crash your machine a lot while you're writing new software, and that's okay because you can go back and fix it. You can change things and get it working. Checkmatey. And then, yes, exclamation point, and then. You can fire the and then command there in the chat room. Lots of and thens happening. So, you know what? And I think I have. See, there it is. There's the and then. So, let's get back into this project. We've been building these Blazor components. These are components for folks that are running web forms applications, and they want to get over to Blazor. They want to get out of ASP.NET, .NET Framework 4 point something, and get into maybe even 3 point something, 3.5, is the version before 4.0. Anyways, and you want to get into .NET Core. While converting from ASP.NET Web Forms to MVC is a complete rewrite. You can't share your user interface code at all. But because Blazor is a component-based framework, maybe we can reuse our markup. Maybe we can lift that, make a few syntax changes, as few as possible, and get the same user interface rendered, the same interactions happening. And then you're running in .NET Core. Hang on, I can do this. You can start developing on a Mac. You can deploy your ASP.NET, what was a web forms application, in a container. You can run it and scale it quickly and easily on all kinds of cloud services. You can use things like Kubernetes to orchestrate your application. I don't think there's any more and-thens. There's plenty of and-thens, but I think that's the goal here. I think that's where we get to. All right, chat room, what do you think? Do you think we can help folks and get them pushed in this direction? We need a no more and then. Simon Jeering, try C# no, capital N in no, with the C# and then, which will put my face next to the and then. You get the but maybe I do need a no and then. Too easy to trigger. It is. It is so easy to trigger, isn't it? Oh, yes. Where do you see the other things we trigger? Channel points are available. They're unlocked if you want to change my voice. I think voice mod is running. Voice mod should be running. It was running. And we can have the voice changes turned on, turned up today, so we can have some fun with that. Oh my goodness. Two Wolf, look at all those emotes going flying by. Thank you so much. There we go. All right. I don't know why it goes to sleep on me. Voice mod does, and doesn't quite start up correctly. Let me head over to the code here. Let's start talking about our project. There it is. This is the Blazor Web Forms Components project out on the GitHub. The GitHub. There is only one GitHub. It's the hub of all things Git. That's a thing, isn't it? Right? We can do that, right?
Right.
Thank you. So let's set a project command. Reviewing PRs and finishing the FormView component at the FormView Blazor component and I'll share the link. There we go. So when folks come in later, we have a project command they can execute and learn more about what's going on. All right. Here we go. I've got 4 pull requests out there. There weren't any updates to this one, grid view test fix, since the last time we were together. However, our friend Hisham has done some work here on the link button control. Now, this is going to sound weird for those of you that aren't familiar with ASP.NET. In web forms, there was a concept of having a link button, a link that you could click, and it didn't actually navigate, but instead it would post the form, and you could interact with what it was sending back to you. It was a pattern back in 2000, and it's kind of stuck around. You know what I mean? So, link button control. And our friend Hisham wrote some code here. I suggested that we should be able to inherit from a button class, the button class that we had already been working on, and just change the markup. And what our friend Hisham did as he was working through this, I'm assuming Hisham is a he, as they were, I should use the gender neutral pronoun, was they took the button Razor component and they now have a button base component that they're inheriting from. Blazor is object oriented, just like C#, so we can inherit from other components. Check this out. So inside of our button component, we inherit now from button base component, and it only now has the additional feature of on client click. All of these other things that were common buttony things that you could do have been moved out, and they're now in the button base component class. Now check this out. So there it is, command name, command argument, post back URL. And then we'll be able to reuse this. That's what. And then Janescu, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. There you go. Some text for the command, the on click, the on command, blah, 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 blah. Right, and here it handles what happens when you click. So then we have an interface for a button component that has these basic things. I don't know if we need the interface, but that's okay. We can have that hang out here. So now we have a link button that is a button-based component that instead of being a button that it's outputting like up here for our button component with a button HTML, right? We do the exact same thing, except now it's an anchor. So cool. Love that reuse. So now our link button literally has no code to it. It's just a button, base button component. Button-based component. Button, base, button, base, button, button, base, base.
There can be only one.
It's a button-based component. Love that reuse because it literally moves everything that's common to the various types of buttons. And I think there's one more button, an image button in ASP.NET that we can now start up and just change the markup and it'll get the exact same functionality. That is awesome reuse. This is a study in really good object-oriented code reuse. We got these ugly carriage returns at the end of these things. But it does it. It does the thing. Is it red and can I push it? It's a button. Well, we can make it red. We can. And I see a couple other comments there in the chat room. I really like what Hisham has done here. Yes, we are going to ship this. I'm going to squash and merge this into our dev branch. So we have feature branches in our source control that merge into our development branch. And our development branch, after we're sure that everything is merged and works properly, we push out, we deploy it to our global community on the master branch. Master is effectively what production is. So I am going to absolutely take Hisham's change here, and the only thing that I need for the notes after we squash these changes is that we added the link button control. Really great stuff there. Thank you for this contribution. Looking forward to the image button. Great stuff. So now when we do a fetch for the dev branch into our local workspace, we'll have the link button working. We need some documentation to go with it. We could use a couple unit tests, but it's okay. We've got this. Let me take a look back here at the chat room. There's a couple. Yeah, carriage return line feeds. I think some of them were there before, and we'll get them cleaned out. Medmain. All right, you're back. Oh, good. Medmain's back. You know, we were gonna hold everything off, wait for you to get back, so we could get something accomplished here. Okay?
Throw me a frickin' bone here.
We did. Acrophobic Pixie. Good to see you, Acrophobic Pixie says, OMG, a streamer not playing Animal Crossing. I can fix that. We can play Animal Crossing. Memes abound. Yeah, absolutely, Medmain. Is it a button? Absolutely. Is it red and can you push it? Yes. Yes, you can. Curlanty points out that it's a base button, base button. We need a factory. Can we get a button factory so we have a base button, base factory? And then we're going to need... don't do that.
Inconceivable!
Hey, Greg, good to see you. Is this the right repo to add an issue for no more and then? No. Well, there's a Fritz.livestream repository you can put for the no more and then. As long as I create a resolver for it, absolutely. A button base button base resolver factory. Okay. Software architecture jokes for 100, Alex. And here we go. Right. All right, so we've got a link button now. We could use some documentation on that. I'm going to just create a simple issue here. This is a blank issue. Link button documentation. We need an article in the docs folder. Thank you for the follow. Oh my gosh. Is that desirable? I love what you've done there. Yes. Thank you so much for the follow. I got you thinking about C#. Is there a different language that you program in? Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for the follow. 14 to go. I need a countdown. I need like a Casey Kasem countdown. Coming in at number 15 is desirable. Something like that. We need an article in the docs folder for the link button. Yeah, let's just start with that. I'm going to mark this as documentation. It's an enhancement. Help wanted. So anybody can jump in. Always, this is an open source project. This isn't a Jeff Fritz only project. This isn't a Microsoft project. Anybody can contribute. Anybody can send over some docs, can send over a little bit of help, show us some sample code. We'll put your name up on the crawl up at the top there as things get merged. And you're going to help folks everywhere get migrated from web forms to Blazor. Is a button a monad? Oh no, don't go there, Fuel Snable. Don't do that. Extra unit tests might be a fun issue to learn with here. You're right. You're right. I'll create an issue here. Unit tests for link button. We could use a few unit tests to verify the link button. Functionality and formatting. Outputs a proper A tag. On click triggers a click method, click event. Oh my gosh, Acoustic Vic! Thank you for the follow. Coming in at number 14 is Acoustic Vic. Thank you so much. 13 to go to 10,000. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Seriously, I'm going to be beside myself. When on command, when command name is configured, Edgar 54545-2. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh my gosh, coming in at number 13 is Edgar. It's Vic from Ogons. Oh my gosh, Vic! It's so good. Dear Lord. What, 20? Oh gosh, I'm going to show how old we are, my friend. 25 years ago, we started at Penn State Ogons. It was Ogons at the time, was the name of the school. Originally named for the Ogons School for Girls in Little Abington, Pennsylvania. And they always talk about the Ogons School for Girls. What is that? It's a school that Amelia Earhart went to back in the day. And they always bring out Amelia Earhart when they talk about this school that we went to for university. First year at university. First year at Penn State. I'm driving. I'm going to a commuter campus in Little Abington, Pennsylvania, and at the Ogons campus for Penn State. And Vic, Acoustic Vic there, a great friend that I made in our time at Penn State together. So good to see you. Thank you. Gosh, I need to connect and it's so good to see friends like Vic pop up here. A couple other friends from college have shown up in stream every now and again. Thank you for joining here. Yes, congrats. We're almost there. 12 to go. Oh my gosh. It is huge. Desirable says, I write JavaScript, but you want to move on to something else. You don't like JavaScript for a back-end language. A Java developer for 7 years, looking into Spring. Still want to keep your options open. So, Desirable, let me finish writing up some of the unit tests that we're talking about here. Triggers the command events. I think that's good enough for this. Let me throw a couple labels on this. This is a documentation thing. It's an enhancement. It is a good first issue, and anybody can work on this. I like throwing some labels on here. So if you're new, if you haven't worked with C#, you haven't worked with .NET or Blazor, these types of things that are labeled good first issue, you can jump in, you can get your hands on one of these. Give it a try. We're never critical of folks here. We're always welcoming and inviting, and we want to include everybody, give you a chance to try out what some of these things look like. We've got some samples that are similar to the link button testing. You can emulate and send over a pull request. If it's your first pull request, we'll absolutely celebrate that and give you some feedback together here live on stream. And it's never negative feedback. We always are positive and encouraging to get new developers excited about writing code together. So you saw Jay's post on Facebook. Oh my gosh. Yes. That is so cool. Thank you for tuning in. And my timer is wrong because my machine went to sleep. It has not been 4 hours, almost 5 hours since I've been online. You make me sad. Discord, Docker. That's what's not getting its clock correct. I have to restart my Docker machine, otherwise the timing is all goofy. So, okay, Desirable had a question here. Let me put that up. So, there it is. Don't like JavaScript for a backend language and want to keep your options open. So, what I tell folks, it is, oh my gosh, why am I forgetting the performance? The organization that does the performance tests and ASP.NET scores really high on. Tech Empower, thank you. I'm glad I could remember that. Way to go there. The Tech Empower consulting group runs a series of benchmark tests, and they haven't run one in almost a year now. But they were running them about every 6 months to test and show off just how fast various frameworks run. And if I go to plain text here, so this is running, let's take it over to cloud hardware. So when you look at this, that doesn't look right at all. Let's go back to physical. Those are the ones I wanted to see. Okay. These are various frameworks, web frameworks that folks are using to build applications. And you can see the different languages that folks are using. Well, here's Rust, C++, more Rust, C++. I don't know if you want to program in Rust or C++ or C or more Rust. Go, there's Go. But most of these are experiments. They're things that people are trying out, working on to try and squeeze the best performance out of. ASP.NET Core right here, coming in at number 10, is a commercial platform that you can use, and you can get live support when you choose to use it from Microsoft. It's open source. If you want a support contract, you can of course buy it for enterprises that want support contracts. But you get 7 million requests a second through the web server. And you can go through here and you can look at, this is the fortunes test. This is actually testing to see the whole pipeline right through to database requests and doing other interactions. And you can see you're still coming in here with Postgres at 300,000 requests a second. 300,000 requests! Is it a second or a minute? I thought it might be a minute. Anyway, you cut it. That's a good problem to have if you need more than that. Most of these other ones, like I said, they're experiments. They're things people are trying out. Do you really want to program a web server in Rust? C, Go. There's a Java one. C++, Go. There's another Java one. Green Lighting. I don't know what Green Lightning is. Fast HTTP with Go. Here's a PHP one. Swool. But I don't know who's actually using that. Java and C# are definitely similar. You're going to see a lot of syntax that's similar. When I learned how to program some Android applications, I felt quite at home learning and using the Java language and syntax because I was a C# programmer. I was used to it. I just had to learn the objects around it. So Tech Empower, you can, hopefully there's another version of that coming out soon, but you can see just how fast C# is. Completely open source, completely free. There is no licensing fee. There is no cost to use C# and .NET on your own servers. If you want to use them out on the cloud, that's great. I know of a particular blue cloud that my employer would love for you to try. So a lot of freedom to use it with no cost wherever you'd like. You're welcome, Desirable. So good to answer your question. Happy to help out. Wet Seal! You run them pretty much every day. You run what pretty much every day? Oh, the Tech Empower folks? I thought they were. But there we go. All right, hang on. Let me copy that URL. I hadn't seen a link to get through and show you. Results dashboard. Okay. I don't know what these mean. Azure. What's this one? Loading results for test run, blah, 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 blah. So, all right. Right, and there's ASP. See, fortunes, right? Some of these feel kind of weird. Loading and running on the physical hardware. Right? And it's... But yeah, I'd like to see kind of a wrap-up here of what's going on. Hello? I guess not. JSON serial. So the other thing that the ASP.NET Core folks claim, and it's a pretty good claim, is, yeah, if you're doing JSON serialization with how, oh, that's the commit. With how you can run ASP.NET with JSON now, there's no memory allocation. You can actually do a complete memory allocation-free interaction with JSON. So having an API controller answer a RESTful request, do some interaction, and return it can be done without allocating any memory. It's really, really impressive stuff. I don't see ASP.NET on here at all. Well, there it is, way down here. That's on Red Hat. Which gets me thinking that some of these aren't entirely complete, because I'm seeing big regressions in here. So I'm not quite sure on the versions of some of these things. And I'm nearly positive they're not regressing that far. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see here. Let me take a look. Desirable, so that's why I'm considering C#. Why you stopped by? Well, thanks so much. You love Java and its syntax. Java does have a pretty cool syntax. I'm not going to disagree with you on that at all. Dabbled in Go and Rust, but yeah, I kind of agree with you. ASP.NET does have support for GraphQL. There are folks that have written GraphQL libraries to work with ASP.NET. Yes. Other frameworks have also made some progress. They have, but this number here, this 300, right? The ASP.NET, here it is. That dropped off 50,000 from that 2019 number. So to see that big of a drop off feels weird, like something isn't quite configured properly. Maybe they changed something in the commit. I don't know. But you're right. The other frameworks, and that's good to see. Let's push everybody to be better. D-Trouble, that's a very good question. How does ASP.NET work without allocation? Because the data is represented as a string, or what? Starting with .NET Core 2.1? 2.0? I forget. It's about a year and a half ago now. .NET Core in the C# language started shipping with a structure called memory of T, or span of type T, where you can put your data directly into a specific place in memory, and as you interact with it, you're passing around a pointer. You're never copying that data back and forth in memory, so it doesn't allocate more memory for it, and it'll appropriately clean up and get rid of that memory as well. So you have a much more memory efficient use because you're using these new data types that aren't being as garbage collector friendly, right? You're managing and taking control over some of that memory allocation so that you can squeeze more performance out of things. And that's how they're having the web server and now the JSON serializer not allocate additional memory. You receive that JSON, okay, we have to allocate memory for it, but as you're traversing and interacting with it, doing queries across it, doing a for loop across it, it doesn't allocate additional memory at all because of how the JSON library interacts with that document. SIMD is also available. SIMD was added to C# language and .NET Core in 2018, I want to say. There's an article on the blog about .NET Core and SIMD interactions from my friend Immo Landworth. Here, I believe this is it. Yeah, here we go. Time to support SIMD code in .NET. So you can do vectorization 2014. But that's now in .NET Core as well. So you can do all of that and you get a lot faster performance out of it. Aren't they also using crazy ideas from SIMD JSON? Don't know. Not sure. That's a good question. I don't know. Let me get into our C#. Let me get into the project. So we merged in that link button feature that our friend Hesham had written. We put a couple issues out here to help with some of the documentation to follow along with that. I updated some documentation, very lightly updated, yesterday while I was here at the house. Yeah. So let's go back over to this FormView and talk about getting the interactions working over here. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I need one more item in here. One more item for the link button. Right? Wait a sec. What was that top one? Unit test for link button. Okay. Let me add one more issue because we need some samples to go with it as well. Link button. I think right? Link button samples. We need some samples showing the link button in use in the samples after Blazor, and we have two different after Blazor projects out there that show how each one of these components works with Blazor projects. Thank you for the follow. Is that oh my gosh, is that Tajaneman? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Welcome in. Thanks so much for joining us. Coming in at number 12. Thank you so much. 11 to go. I'm gonna keep with this Casey Kasem countdown. We're gonna get there, friends. So that's samples. That would be an enhancement. Good first issue. If anybody wants to go and just put together some simple samples showing how they're used, there's already a format declared out there that you can just jump onto. And the before project, I'm not sold on the before project. The before project is more of a reference project, Brave Cobra. Gareth is here. Hello, Gareth. Yeah, for a second there, to our new follower, I thought, is that Tijuana? But that's not how you spell Tijuana. Hey, Smab, good to see you. 11 to go. 11. So good. All right. Let me head over to the code. I want to work on the FormView component. This should reload or not. So we have a FormView component that creates a simple form for objects that we pass into it. So you can create this data entry type of interaction. Wet Seal, thank you for the follow. Coming in at number 10 is Wet Seal. Thank you so much. And the uptime is so wrong. That's even wronger than it was before. We executed the uptime command about 10-15 minutes ago, and it was like almost 5 hours. Now it's down to 4 3/4. Like it's going the wrong way. I don't get it. What are you doing to me here, Docker? I could restart that. Just kick it over. Nomo Nomad. Coming in at number 9 is Nomo Nomad. Thank you so much. You have a couple stuffed animals that can follow. Does that count? I'm not allowed to encourage creating sock puppet accounts. Instead of uptime, it's a stream countdown timer. No, not really. Oh my gosh. Is that Mal Rodigan? Thank you so much for the follow. Coming in at number 8. Is it Ratgian? Welcome in. 15 minutes. Yeah, it's going the wrong way. Kowalewski, welcome in. Hello, hello. Casey Kasem. Yeah, I know. Showing my age. Nothing else matters. What is this? Can I have a long distance dedication from Latvia? It's good to see you. Dear Lord. And my Casey Kasem impression is terrible. All right, so we're building a FormView. We have this. This is a component that's available for you inside of ASP.NET, so that you could build effectively some way that you can have data entry forms. Right? You have a read view of the form, so you can see, well, here's what the form looks like with the data populated. You also have an edit view of the form. You can see some of the code from web forms back in the day here that shows you with text boxes and other appropriate edit controls so that you can change the values. I'm not going to pay too much attention to those 8 people that we have left to invite. I don't know who's going to be the last one, but we're going to get there. So you can set up the edit controls so you can declare here's how you edit this form. You can also create an add and insert version of this, so you can set up what that looks like as well. And there's a cool pager that appears at the bottom. You'd love to see .NET 5 clean up that whole stack. Well, .NET 5 isn't going to give you web forms, but it's going to help. It's going to get you some other cool things. AK the Knight. Yeah, I don't get it. Why it's so far off like that. I tell you what, friends, I'm going to kick the bot. Let's restart the bot here. Can't stop the bot. Wait, that's Discord. That's not. Oh no, that's my microphone settings. Docker for Windows doesn't always respond when you right click on it there in the tray. Something the bot says time can go backward. I know, what's with that? Right? How dare it think it can do that? Is Docker running? Nope. Not yet. Still restarting. See? See if we can get that fixed real quick. That's Razor. And friends at Razor, I don't know, I think there's something funny with your with your camera settings here. It doesn't remember them. Time goes backwards at the end of October. No, it doesn't. Hey, Copper Beardy is here. MB Crump as well. My goodness, my Live Coders teammates are here. Thank you so much. MB Crump, Copper Beardy, Gareth, they're all Live Coders. Marcus is here as well. You're not going to get an uptime command while I'm still trying to get this running. Brave Cobra asks, have I played with the Kubernetes feature of Docker? No. No. Misu Moise, is that how you pronounce it? Misu Moise? Welcome in. Hello. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I'm going to do my best and fumble over what I believe is a French pronunciation. There we go. Now the bot's running again. Now try the uptime command. Haha! There we go. 50 minutes. That's correct. All right. We'll move you off to the side there. Okay. Do I need to refresh? I probably do. I probably should. Just to make sure that all of the connections, because I've got connections to the thing. Connections to the, Signal R hubs. Thank you. Need to make sure that those are all connected there. You found Docker Swarm to be more beginner friendly, minus the YAML. Don't say YAML coding stocks. Don't say YAML. 1 PR done. Let's keep moving on here. Absolutely. We're going to get into this. Desirable. You're going to head out. Have a good one, Desirable. We get distracted a bit here. Thank you for the follow, James Tharp. Coming in at number 7, James Tharp. Thank you so much. We're getting closer. So close. The official number on Twitch says 91. TOML is a derivative of YAML. and
Oh my.
doesn't add more value when you could have just continued using JSON in the first place, or XML, or any. Why are we spending all of this time and forcing all of these people to invent new parsers that may be insecure because you don't like the formatting of another configuration file? You make me sad. We could be solving important problems. Instead, we've got to format YAML. YAML doesn't have a schema, so let's invent another programming interface so that we can have a different configuration language that does the exact same thing. Right? Master key 166. What? Yeah. Goodbye. I'm not just ignoring it. How's it going, Curious Drive? All right, let's get into this. So let's head back over here. I wrote some code to start getting our form to change into edit mode. And it should be running down here. And here's my sample application. I go over and I have, it's the same form, and I'll show you after Blazor server side, pages, control samples, FormView, there it is. So I have this edit razor file that has, there's my item template for what this looks like. The HTML that we're going to output when we're in edit, when we're in read-only mode. And I've also got the item template here for what it's going to look like when we're in edit mode. We're going to output name, price with some text boxes next to it with an update and cancel button that says update or cancel is the command name that it's going to execute. But when I click it, it doesn't change state. It doesn't go over to that other mode. So we need to fix it. Here we go. Let's get into this. Let's take a look at this. It's not couth to test bots that are outputting content into chat room during somebody else's stream. That's considered not polite. You have a couple of examples on .NET Core on your YouTube if you'd like. You added Kubernetes support. Nice. All right. Kubernetes, my colleagues aren't going to like this opinion, but I think it's overkill for everybody. You're building a ton of orchestration. You're adding a ton of capabilities and features to manage the uptime and how things are starting and knock down that, quite frankly, isn't necessary for about 90% of the web applications that are out there. And people are falling in love with this as the new thing, and you don't need it. So, yeah, exactly. To kick off 1 or 2 containers, you can do that by hand. And Gareth, I try to be polite to folks. It's, yeah. A Docker by itself can do a lot of what you need. Yes, it can. And don't get me wrong, I love the idea of a container. But saying, well, I need to be able to put all of my things in containers and I want to separate out every little function so that it's its own container and distributed and I can scale those functions up and down. Unless you're seeing tens of thousands of hits on your application per minute, you're over-engineering. And not only that, but you're overspending too. Because you're allocating how many more resources that you don't really need. Kasukin is here. Hello. Hello. Kasukin's another member of the Live Coders team. How are you doing, my friend? So we are 7 away. Oh my gosh, it's gonna happen. So let's see if we can debug and figure this out. This edit button isn't actually flipping us into edit mode. So let's go back over to our terminal. Let's take a look. I'm of course here using what am I using? This is Tmux with a couple terminals running so that we can see the code that I'm running for the components on the left. This is my dev window. So I've got the components on the left. On the right here, these are my unit tests that are running to make sure I don't break anything. And the other window there, window 1 samples. Down here you can see my web server running and it automatically restarts when I make changes. And we're going to work on sample source code up top here if we need to make any changes. But I think my sample source code is correct. Thank you for the follow, Andy GJ Pat. Welcome in, Andy. It's good to see you. Coming in at number 6 is Andy. Thank you so much for joining us, Andy. And 6 followers away. Oh, 6 followers. Johnny B. Cat, hello. Should you enter a bug in TFS and then assign it to me? Shut up. Tragic Jam coming in at number 5. Thank you so much, Tragic Jam, for the follow. Appreciate that. Don't get me wrong. When you have a big application and you have a lot of different features and services you need to manage, Kubernetes is great. Thank you for the follow, Riptides. Welcome in. Coming in at number 4 is Riptides. Oh my gosh, we're almost there. Seriously, is it going to happen? I've got giveaways aplenty that we'll do here when we get to 10,000. Backpacks. I've got a backpack. I've got a hat. We'll do stickers. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And I think I should have a new hat made for myself when we hit 10,000. Get a new super C# hat with a 10K or in gold thread something. What is the 12-hour party agenda? I don't know. We'll talk about it when we get there. I think we'll have some guests by. I'm going to invite several people named Scott. When I say several is more than 2. I'm going to invite the 3rd Scott as well to stop by. The Microsoft Scotts.
Scott.
Yeah, that one. I'm going to invite some of our other friends from. I'm going to invite Richard Campbell to stop by. I'm going to invite those folks. Some of the other people that you've seen on Twitch. We've got some friends in the Twitch creative community. I would love to have stop by for a little bit to say hello. And I also want to open Discord for a good hour and let some of our VIPs here on Twitch join in and talk and write some code together live. Carl Franklin, absolutely, we'll invite Carl to join. We've done 2 .NET Rocks episodes, crossovers. We've streamed here live while they've recorded and published over on the .NET Rocks podcast feed. So there's a bunch of different things we'll do when we hit that, but we're not there yet. The Only Psykin says orchestration shines when services become unstable and auto load balancing, health checking, and retries. Very good points. Retries, when we're talking about big applications, having health checks of your application to make sure that it's behaving properly, can still access the database, has good memory availability, those health checks that your application can report back, an orchestrator like Kubernetes can properly start up, slow down, add additional resources as needed. A lot of people don't need that though. They can get away with just do a restart, warm up another instance of the application and cool off the other instance and do that slow rollover once a day, once a week, depending on how they have their application built. But you're right. You're absolutely right. Carl's been doing some music here on Twitch. Lily Hazel is here. Oh my gosh, Lily, we are 4 followers away. Look at this. 4! from 10,000. Azure Web Apps does exactly that for you to end the scaling. You're right, Gareth. It does. You use auto checks and auto scale when traffic or data pressure is high. Exactly. But a lot of folks don't have that. The typical 80 to 90% of the applications that are out there in the world don't have that kind of problem, right, of massive scale. Lily Hazel, of course, she's a member of the Live Coders team. She's our community manager helping out. Make sure you check out, friends, I have a link just below me here to the Live Coders Conf. Click that. You're going to learn all about, we've got 14 presenters lined up for April 9th, a full day of live coding presentations, not live coding, but presentations from some of your favorite live coders. We're really looking forward to it. So, what's the procedure when we hit 10K? Dancing? I don't know about dancing. Mike Shudo, thank you so much for the follow. Coming in at number 3 is Mike Shudo. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you joining us. Tragic Jam, that's a very good... Brave Cobra, it's going to just be crazy here when we hit 10K. And I've done some things to help enable the crazy. Let me put that question up from Tragic Jam because that's a really good question as we try and work through this. And Riptides has a good question. There's, oh my gosh, look at these good questions. Is that Talkwig? Thank you so much for the follow. Coming in at number 3 is Talkwig. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me put Trackwig's question up there. Riptides has a good question. We'll come to that one next. And we'll do some party mode too. Tragic Jam says, what are my thoughts about dev experience tools like IntelliSense, autotest running on huge projects? I think it's terrific. IntelliSense is going to give you the ability to do that faster check on your code, that you're referencing things that are properly in your project or in your base framework that you're using, so that you can prevent coding mistakes as you're typing, right? There's studies that show the earlier in software development that you can identify problems, you can identify issues, the more time that you save, the more money you save in how long it takes to build a project. So while I'm using a text editor here and showing that it works, it is adding extra time. It is adding extra work for me to make sure that I have the appropriate syntax and things, where IntelliSense would do that for you automatically. Autotest running is tremendous. A lot of folks have that wired up to their continuous integration to help simplify the quality assurance process. I think it's a no-brainer these days. You need to start automating tests as much as possible. If it's integration tests running as part of a continuous integration pipeline, that's going to give you even more insight into your code. Unit tests written by developers help to pin that functionality. Ensure it always functions the same way. So it's like saying this is the functionality I want and pinning it to a bulletin board and saying it's not moving. It's not going to change. It's tremendous. So like I'm doing here in my code, having my unit tests run here and knowing that I didn't break anything as I'm writing code is a tremendous amount of insight for me that I can get in 3 seconds and know I didn't break anything. And this is running in a virtual machine. It'll run even faster if I was running on bare metal. But on huge projects, getting this type of insight is tremendous. You're going to want to break down so that you're only focused on your specific area to help with that. Riptides has our second question here. What do I think about cloud functions? Cloud functions are tremendous. I think they're a tremendous way, right? Serverless, in Azure they call them functions. On AWS they call them Lambda. It's a tremendous way for you to be able to take that little piece of functionality that you need, put it out there in the cloud, and have it only run when it needs to run, right? The cloud orchestrator, I think Google does this as well, will spin up and spin down resources appropriately based on when those functions need to run. So you only get charged for the execution time. Terrific. You're not paying for idle processors. The problem that I've seen some folks do is they've taken what was all of their functions running inside of an application here on the metal or inside of a service, and they've now broken it up, and instead of having spaghetti code inside of an exe or a web server, it's now globally distributed across the cloud because these functions call each other and pass things into each other, and now they've got spaghetti cloud services. So, good architecture helps with all these things because with great software power comes great responsibility. I think that's what Spider-Man said, isn't it? He said something like that, right?
Hello? Hello?
Jean Valjean is here. Good to see you, my friend. That's Coder 24601. Hello, hello. Prepping for that 10K party. Yeah, we're gonna have to go to party mode when we hit 10K. It's gotta happen. It would just be the right thing. Oh, it's Uncle Fuffy Screamshot. Thank you for. You're right. It was Uncle Ben that said that. Yes. Good to see you, Fuffy Screamshot. Thanks for tuning in. And I'm talking to somebody named Fuffy Screamshot. Okay. I respect everybody's screen name here. Tragic Jam asks, that's a fair question. How well does C# handle mono repositories? What do you mean do you mean a repository that has just one project in it? Handles it quite well. Can you give me a little bit of clarification on that? Because this project is in a single repository. Spaghetti Cloud Services, that's SCS. You lurk a lot. That's okay. Welcome in. Oh my goodness. So, for some reason, this isn't flipping over into edit mode when we click that edit button. This is our FormView component here. And what I wrote, and I didn't show you this the other day, my apologies, but I wanted to try and get a little bit more done here. I added, I don't see it here. Where is it? Well, of course it's not doing it because the method isn't here. Where'd it go? Right? It is not up to date because it's not there. Not that one. Let me see. Nope. Not quite up out of the hierarchy yet. Let me show you. Right, so FormView. There it is. This is where I want it to be. So as I scroll down here, I added, there it is. I added a FormView bubbled event handler here, right? That's some C#. Let me show you the constructor up here. I like to keep my constructors at the top of my classes. So I have inside the constructor here on line 27, I'm wiring up the event handler so that when the bubbled event happens, so the command button is clicked, it fires the bubbled event inside of my base component. I'm going to hear that bubbled event, and I'm going to wire up and say, we'll add this event handler here, and that event handler is right here, okay? And I'm just doing a quick test with a little bit of pattern matching that says, well, if the arguments you were passed were command arguments, which is what you'll get if it's that edit button being clicked. That's the standard web form set for us. So I do a pattern matching, right? That's why E is command event arg says, well, if check the type of this. Is it this type? And the pattern matching will actually cast it and put it into this variable, args. Handle the command args and pass in that. So now I'm inspecting, well, what is that command name? Well, down here you can see it's edit. And I'm going to invoke, notify anything that's listening. The mode's changing. We're going into FormView mode. And I'm going to change the current mode to FormView mode edit. Please tell me, I'm going to kind of try to force this. There's a thing in Blazor that you can called state has changed that will force the browser to re-render the component. Eternal Dev Coder, while we're waiting for this to rebuild and do our check, asks, do you miss Visual Studio? Miss is a strong word. I appreciate Visual Studio more. There's definitely something to be said about the speed of just being able to edit and jump through these files. I appreciated it very much. I was doing a little bit of this work last night. I was using Visual Studio 2019. Being able to bounce back and forth and get the IntelliSense, the type ahead for these things, huge. IntelliCode and being able to recommend things to me right away. This is the most common things that are being used. Tremendous. I appreciate those features more. I wouldn't say that I miss it. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this. Flav Creations, good to see you. Another live coder has joined us. 2 followers to go. Oh man, are we gonna make it? We have 45 minutes to get 2 followers. I hope it happens. Let me jump over here, and we can see the web server already reran. Got some tacos here. Thank you so much. It's funny when out of the corner of my eye, I just see tacos go flying by the screen. It's like, what was that? Look at the hype. Lots of hype. Absolutely. All right. So here's the button. Let me see if I click edit and kind of force it. Now it does it. There we go. That's what I was looking for. All right. So now I have the ability to force it to change. Now I bet these don't work. No, these don't work yet. So when you click cancel, I need to change back to the documentation. It's kind of weird how the documentation writes this. The documentation says that that cancel. Let me see. There's a really nice table that they put together here. Here it is. That shows these are the commands that the FormView listens for. And edit changes into whatever the edit item template is. But cancel changes not to the read-only state, but whatever the default was. She might follow if she likes. Yeah, go tell your mom. Zacharenz 68, or is that Z.A. Karen? Welcome in. Coming in at number 2 is Zacharenz. Oh my gosh. 1 to go. Friends, I'm going to pause right here. It says 3 to go over on Twitch. I think that's behind. We are 1 follower away. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is insane. Somebody get a screenshot of that. 99.99. Oh my gosh. 1 follower. Friends, if you're out there and you're watching and you enjoy what you're seeing, you want to learn a little bit more about code together.
Let me add some value.
Thank you so much, Brave Cobra. All of our cheers, all of our subs, we donate. In this quarter, we're donating to code.org. Thank you, Brave Cobra. We're going to make a donation there. We are just about to tick this over. And then I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be crazy. I might have some fireworks to set off. I might have. We should have a hype train. No, I just dialed up the difficulty to activate the hype train. I made it just a little bit for. There it is! Oh my god. Thank you, Caliban and Mike the Kraken. We just crossed 10,000 followers. We just crossed 10,000 followers. Holy crow! Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. 10,000 followers. That's huge. That is... Thank you. Thank you.
Totes my goats.
It is so cool. Yeah, absolutely. Let's get all those Kappa gens. 10,001 now, even better. The music doesn't match the hype. No. You know what we need? We need some better theme music for what just happened here. And this is going to be muted by YouTube, but I don't care. Mahmooder, thank you so much for the follow. Darn Skippy, we need some party time.
We made it. Oh, we made it. 10,000.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Wow. Thank you so much. Gosh, when I started this stream, November 2017, 407 episodes ago, I just wanted to write some code with friends. I just wanted to hang out. I just wanted to write some code, give a talk, explore, take a look at writing my first Visual Studio extension, and 3 people showed up for the first stream. And I had an absolute blast. And my goodness, to hit this point, 2020, 2.5 years later, nothing else matters. Thank you so much for that beautiful cheer. We'll make a donation to code.org. I never thought we'd get to 10,000. I was going to be happy if we got to 1,000. Thank you so much. This has become almost a movement. This is a thing here where folks are sharing, broadcasting, writing code together. I am inspired by every person that I see sharing their technology, sharing their skills, sharing the things that make them happy here on Twitch. Whether it's other software, languages, people building games, people building mobile apps, people doing their crafts, whatever's creative. I'm excited for all of them. I'm so happy to encourage those folks because, well,
people know me.
They do. But I'm just thrilled to be part of this Twitch community. Huge thanks to the folks at Twitch for giving us this platform, for letting me do weird things like this. Thanks to everybody named Scott at Microsoft, who appreciates a little bit of what we're doing here. I know there's one. I know that we've set a little bit of a path here for folks that are doing virtual events, whether it's .NET Conf, or other, the Live Coders Conf. There's other events that are going all virtual. MVP Summit this past week was all virtual, and we're leading the way with that, with some of the things that we've figured out and we've learned together here on stream. It's been a huge party. Like I said, more than 400 episodes since we started back in November. Thank you, everyone out there, for tuning in, for joining us. This means a lot to me. And we're going to keep it up. We're going to schedule that 12-hour festival of software development. It's going to be a 12-hour stream. There's going to be so much fun. Like I said, I've got a bunch of folks that are looking forward to joining us, spending some time, writing some code with us. Folks that you wouldn't expect to see here. And we're going to have a good time together. So, boom, boom. Thank you for the clip. Appreciate that very, very much. Let's get a tweet out about that. Yes. We're going to try and have him stop by as well. Oh, yes. Yes. Let me see. Can we share that link? I'll do it over here. Not over there. Bummer. Fine, we'll have to do it this way. Just crossed 10,000 followers on Twitch. So happy. Thank you to everyone in our community, in our Fritz and Friends live coding community. Gosh, the support, the folks, the live coders on the live coders team out there that are supporting, so many of them are here today, supporting and joining us and have picked up and started on their own with this. You continue to inspire me. I love supporting the team, growing things together. We've got some amazing opportunities ahead of us in the next 2 months. Let's see what we can do. Let's get more people excited about software. Yeah, Lily Hazel, look at that right there. Thank you. Switch to that demon voice.
This one? Or maybe you mean that one? I've got a few of these. No. Alright, let's get back to it. Let's go write some code.
Not that. I need this back up, and we're going to go back over here, turn that music back on. Thank you, Gareth, for sending over that, for resharing that link. Yes. Yes! Oh, my goodness. 10,000 followers. 10,002 to be exact. Wow. Thank you. I cannot thank you enough. And when it's, whether it's we're paying it forward, showing other people about software, making those donations to our charitable organizations that we want to support. It means a lot to me that you're here. And my friends, my family say, well, you know, you stream so much, you know, gosh, what's the deal with that? This gives me energy. I'm always excited. I'm always interested. I'm always so happy. It starts my day right when I'm writing code with you. All of you out there, writing code with you live on Twitch. So it means a lot to me that you take some time and you tune in and we have fun together. Rainbow beard time, suggests Gareth. Sure, let's do it. For Friday, I will do the rainbow beard for the ASP.NET Core workshop. Yes. Book it. We will make that happen. ASP.NET Core 3.1 workshop, Rainbow Beard Edition. ZS90, hello to you in Portugal. Welcome in. Dark Repulsor says, it's my hobby basically where others garden for hours. We write code together on Twitch. You're not wrong. Mal is it Mal Ratgian says, do the thing. Yes, let's get back to our code here. So we were talking about the different events, the different things, commands that happen inside of a form, and they trigger and have you go into different modes. So when you click a cancel button inside of a form in the old web forms model, you're supposed to go back to whatever the default mode was. Let me show you. I started wiring up default mode. That's not right. That's the wrong button, Jeff. I need to use that same, no, that's still not the right keystroke. There we go. Back over to my terminal. Because I'm working in Linux here. This is Minimal March. We're working just at the command line with .NET, and we're using Vim. We're using the simplest editor that I could find to be able to interact and build our code together. So this is my FormView component written in C# on the left. My default mode, I have a feeling default mode should probably default to, I think is it read-only mode? I forget what the default mode is. Equals FormView mode dot, is it read-only? I should be able to, nope, that didn't work. Nope. Is it Control X O? Nope. I can't get OmniSharp to run inside of some of these files. It just doesn't behave quite right. Portugal, it's getting a little complicated there. Yeah. ZS, I'm going to queue up your question there real quick. Let me, I want to answer your question, but let me get this little bit of code written here first, and I will answer your question. Thank you for the tacos. Yeah, let's get that sentiment up. It's easy for sentiment to crash after having a big moment like that. And, you wouldn't like me with bad sentiment. Know what I mean? Okay. Is it FormView mode? I forget what the FormView mode is. I'm in the wrong window now. Okay, Control N. I have a folder here of all my enumerations, including that FormView mode. Read only. That's what I want it to be. Okay. Is it Control? No. That one. So read only. So that's the default mode that we're going to start at by default unless somebody changes it. But down here, there, see, I'm going to have it reset, but I still need to do that state has changed at the end of these. I think I should just move state has changed to the end so it always is there and always runs. You know what I mean? That feels like... So, state has changed is... Right, like I said, this is a thing that Blazor provides so that it'll automatically notify and refresh the page, refresh the rendering of that component. Well, that's all building. Let me come back here to the question from ZS90. What do I think about using Blazor to build big web apps? So Blazor is interesting because you can use it both on WebAssembly and on server side, rendering code, rendering content on your server and delivering it to folks in the browser. So that means, like we're doing here, I can have one set of components, one set of features, and render it in two different places, which gives you a lot of flexibility there. When you render Blazor in the client side using WebAssembly in the browser, now it acts more like a SPA, more like a single page application. And there's frameworks and hooks and things that are available for you out there that'll help to automate that construction. So as you get into a bigger app, you'll be able to build your Blazor content and have it delivered and run all in the browser. That might be really efficient for you. That might be really cool to do. And just have the data traffic back and forth that you're interacting with. The server-side stuff means you're going to send down very small interactions because all the rendering happens on the server. The problem you're going to run into with Blazor server-side is it maintains the state for all of those people, all of those viewers that are connected to your application over on the server. So you can run out of memory on the server when you start to have more and more folks participating. Well, we know how to handle this from other versions, other frameworks, other versions of ASP.NET by distributing that memory load to an external service so you can have multiple servers running on the web to handle all of those requests, okay?
You're gonna look at me and you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong?
No, I'm not
Am
wrong.
I wrong?
But there's options. Blazor server side does have a complete set of features that are going to get full support from Microsoft. So that's pretty good to be able to have that support available for you. I would encourage you to check it out. I question what you mean by big. What is big? Sizing has different connotations to different people, right? It's like t-shirt sizes. Great, I'm an extra large. Well, an extra large with one manufacturer might be different from extra large at a different manufacturer. So having those, what does big mean to you? That will help qualify that a little bit. Have I thought about trying to set up Emacs for C# development? No. I'm a longtime Vim user. I'm not going to try Emacs. Sorry. So in Portugal, ZS90 says the situation's getting a little complicated. They're a little bit of an old people country, so things are getting worse. Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear that. You know, hang in there. We'll get through this together. There's support coming from other regions, other folks. Is that Kilshire? Thanks so much for joining us. I appreciate the follow. We're over 10,000. I have stuff to give away. We crossed 10,000. I do. I have lots of stuff to give away. Let me get this running. Make sure that cancel is working. And I've got stuff that we need to give stuff. Does it re-render the parent nodes or only or all nodes? It only renders this node, this component. When you say state has changed, only this component will re-render. Yeah, Lily, we've got stuff to give away. Look at that. 100% sentiment. Look at that. And it's gone. Big is a lot of functionalities that interact with each other. Also a lot of pages. Okay. How many? We had somebody come in and say, "Oh, I've got 150 web pages in my project." That's a big project. That's a large project. We've seen bigger. There's some pretty big, ugly applications out there. 150 is pretty big, but there's some really big, ugly ones. Minus 200. Minus 200? What? How's it going, King 440? Yeah. Spain and Belgium, some of the... Yes. No 10K sentiment? Yes, we had. Let's do this. Let's do some giveaways. I think we got this working. I'm just going to jump back over and run that quick integration test here. We saw I can click edit, goes into edit mode. Click cancel, goes into read-only mode. Yes, that works.
Everything is awesome.
Let's do some giveaways, friends. I've got some things to give away. Thank you for the follow, iSense. Appreciate you joining us. King440, we hit 10,000 followers. Look at that down there. Let's see. I'm gonna make a list. 10,000 followers. I'm gonna make a list. Let's give away a Life Coders backpack. Let's give away a Code Party. I have a Code Party hat we can give away. And let's give away some stickers. That's nice, spell stickers. I think that'll work. In fact, let's give away 2 sets of stickers. So we've got 4 giveaways that we'll do. Here's what we're gonna do. First, let's do exclamation point here, and this will be a Live Coders backpack. We'll start with. No. Can I go back? Nope. Let's give away the Fritz stickers. Let's do the smaller ones first. Exclamation point here will put your name in the box. I will send stickers anywhere in the world. Exclamation point here, put your name in the box, and you'll have a chance to win some stickers. Everybody loves stickers. I've got the bot with sunglasses. Where'd he go? I've got, there he is. There's the bot with sunglasses. I've got rainbow bearded Clippy. I'll put in there. Super C Sharp. Look at that. 2 Wolf wants me to put on my Code Party hat. Let's do it. Let's absolutely do that. While you're filling that out, let me just take a, we did party time there. Yes. And I will put on a different hat. Let me go grab my Code Party hat while you're filling that in. I'm not even going to be right back. I'm going to let you see the thing fill out there. I'll even maximize it so you can see. There we go. There's the names popping into the box. I'll be right back. Let me go get my Code Party hat for you. There we go. There's the Code Party hat. We're going to have a Code Party on Thursday evening, my time, Thursday evening, after Quarantine Con over there on the Code It Live channel. Make sure you check that out. Yeah, so there's the hat we're going to be giving away. I've got 35 people in the box there. There's a heck of a lot more than 35 people here. If you want your name in the box, if you want to win some stickers, and I'm going to clean out the box each time here. Exclamation point here. Let me give it just a few seconds. When the music's done, I'm hitting that button. And I know there's about a 5-second delay. We're going to give away face masks. No, Kim 440. No. not gonna go face masks. Ugh. Vic wants some stickers. Sure, we'll give out some stickers. Here we go. Do. All right. Let's do it. Let's give away some stickers. Toilet paper. Have I got some toilet paper for you? Here we go. Round and round it goes. We're going to send some stickers anywhere in the world. But more specifically, we're going to send some stickers to... Johan! You just want some stickers? BB is here. Hello, hello. There we go. Yes, Eternal Dev Coder stickers were mailed out last week. Last Saturday they were mailed. So you should have some coming. They should be there any day now. Yeah, I sent out a block of those. All right, I've got another. Let's give away one more set of stickers here. Let's do this. Rigged, totally rigged. Totally rigged. It's nothing but rigged. And we're gonna give away. No, we're not gonna give away. You were asking about toilet paper. New Life Coders toilet paper. It's a thing. It's actually a thing. King 440 says it's rigged. It's not even done yet. It's not rigged. How can it be rigged? D-Trouble! Congratulations. You just won a sticker pack. There you go. Freaking rigged. Oh, it's all the rigged. We're going to clear out the box. And let's, this time, ZS90 with the resub.
_90 just resubscribed for 2 months. Let's go.
Let's go. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And we're going to make a donation to code.org. We're going to give away a Code Party hat. This time I'm going to change the command up. ! hat will get you in the box. And you could win a Code Party hat just like this one. Sent to you. Anywhere in the world, we'll send that out. I think this is my last Code Party hat, too. I'll double check on that. Yep, ! hat. Ah, see, somebody's not paying attention. ! hat. Not here, hat. We'll get you into the box, and yeah, we'll get some sent out. Get some... Yeah, everybody gets a chance to win here. Enjoying my coffee this morning, let me tell you. And I'm almost up. Why are you crossed? Where are you crossed? No. When you mouse over, it turns red so you can remove somebody from the box if you'd like. See? Like I could go down here and let me remove Stelzy, kick him out of the box. No, I'm kidding. Totally kidding. All right. Let's give it 30 seconds. ! hat. Different command will get you in the box, and you'll get a chance to win a Code Party hat. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay, come on. I tell you, this music. ! win. That doesn't work. Still in motion. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Let's do this. Let's kick this off and give away a hat. Hat on chat. Indeed. We're going to send a Code Party hat anywhere in the world, but this time we are going to send out it's going to oh my goodness. Oh, it just missed Ancient Coder, but Stand Back Burrito. Stand Back Burrito. Congratulations. You just won a Code Party hat, just like this one. We'll send that out to you. One more time. We're going to clear this out in just a second. We can get rid of this. Get rid of this. And this is a Live Coders backpack. And our friend Lily Hazel there in the chat room, she's got one of these. I'm going to make it exclamation point. No. Exclamation point coders with a Z to get into the box. Clear that out. Exclamation point coders will get you into win a Live Coders backpack. Haha, there we go. And you'd like one of those. Well, so here's the thing. I make swag bags for the Live Coders, and they get one of these for free. They don't have to win it. They get it with their jersey, along with some other cool, exclusive Live Coders swag. Something I do from the goodness of our sponsors. I pay that forward. This is a Live Coders backpack. It's got the big gear logo on it. Happy to send that out anywhere in the world. Just proved that it was a random winner. I know, it keeps so close to Ancient Coder. My goodness. Powered by Raid Shadow Legend. No, not Raid Shadow Legends. Coon Chris, I tell you. Will it fit a 17-inch laptop? Yes. You might not want to. It's not padded though, so it's not great for a padded laptop. But it works pretty good for all kinds of other things. So exclamation point coders, and we'll give away a Live Coders backpack. Let's do this. 30 seconds left, and we'll do this. Like the toilet paper, you mean new Live Coders toilet paper for when you want to keep your code clean and your butt. Try new Live Coders toilet paper. Available wherever custom toilet paper is made. I have no idea where it was made, but I've got some. And if I have to break this open and actually use it, you know the world is coming to an end. Because I would never wipe my keister with this. All right, let's do this. It's made in China. Okay, there you go. There we go. Let's give away a backpack. Toilet paper. It's like your code. Rough and abrasive. I've got to put together a whole commercial around this. It could be so amazing. Callow is here. Hey, Callow. Good to see you. Send you this is last year's backpack. The new one that I'm making for this year. Oh, it's going to be great. Smab! Oh my goodness. One of our longtime viewers. I am so happy. There we go. We'll send that out. Congratulations to you for winning a Live Coders backpack. Yeah, all the folks that are on the team, don't worry about this is last year's model. We're gonna wait till you see the swag that we give out to the team this year. I've already been talking to Lily Hazel about the different things that we want to do, and it's going to be tremendous. All right, that's it for giveaway Jeff here for a little bit. Congratulations to our winners. We had Johan, D Trouble, Stand Back Burrito, and Smab all won prizes there. Thank you for helping us cross 10,000 followers. That is just a gigantic, gigantic number, and I'm happy to pay it forward and say thank you to folks here in chat that were hanging out. And thank you. We got another follower, Coon Chris. Thank you so much for the follow. Is that Chris Coon, like the senator? Is there a United States senator from Delaware following me? No. Thank you if it common confusing. Okay. Thank you. Romans 6. Yes, we want to celebrate all of our developers that join us here. You want to start streaming so you can get the swag? Absolutely. Imagine all 10,000 of us at a conference. Wow, that's a lot of people, Johan. That's a lot of people. What are we going to do with all these people? My goodness. Hortus, oh, I'm sorry. Just missed you. Yeah. Bam Z followed us while I was a little distracted there. Thank you, Bam, for the follow. Scrolling down here. I think I was just making sure I recognize everybody that joined us here today. The Live Coders Conf could hold us all easily. Live Coders Conf is actually virtual, so it's totally a thing. Fritz Conf. The people of Philadelphia wouldn't know what's coming if we had Fritz Conf. They wouldn't have a total. They'd be clueless. They wouldn't. They'd have no idea. Here they come. I have a request in for TwitchCon to see if we can do a Live Coders meetup on the floor of the conference. They have areas for stream teams to be able to host meetups. We're definitely planning a private dinner for team members to meet each other and have that quiet away place to unwind and have a nice meal. Get to see folks. I give a little speech, hand out swag. It was so touching last year. Our friend Ninja Bunny recorded some video of it and broadcasted it on her stream. It was terrific. Fritz Connect. Maybe we could do something like that. That's a thing. The social distancing champion corner. That's a good idea. So, well, whether it's TwitchCon, and I want to make sure that we have other gatherings at other events, whether it's Microsoft Build, Microsoft Ignite, AWS reInvent, F8, if there's folks that wanted to get together at that. F8's not happening, neither is Google I.O., but at these larger conferences where there might be a half dozen or so or more Live Coders gathering, I want to make sure that there's an opportunity for folks to meet up, even if I'm not there, and able to pay the bill directly. So, definitely something we can do. Rainbow beard, colorful eyebrow, Halloween party cosplay. What are you doing to me, Gareth? Our friend Gareth here, I think, is trying to pull a fast one. Oh, look at that. Rainbow bearded cosplay. But when I do my beard rainbow, I do it vertically. Just like my avatar that you see here on Twitch. Hats Global Conference. CJ Aliaga! Oh my gosh, yes, that's a great idea. I do still need to do, I'm probably I want to recruit my daughters to help with this. Take pictures of all my hats while they're not in school to create a little catalog so that when folks say, oh, can you change your hat? You have a complete list of, well, here's all the hats. So, have I ever been to the Chicago Code Camp? Asks Johnny B. Cat. No. Never spoken in Chicago. I gave a workshop in Chicago, but I have never spoken in Chicago. Never been to Chicago for longer than well, I gave a workshop, but typically once. I'm usually in Chicago just to change flights at O'Hare. So, spin the wheel of hats. Cadmus. I like that idea. Oh, Gareth has a better. Oh, yeah. You have a better one for us? Do we like this one better? What's this one? That's better. Our friend Carrie Payette. She's the coding bandit here on Twitch. You can find her channel. She's another live coder. She made a rainbow beard, stole my Blazor, the purple sequin blazer that I have, and was imitating me at Dev Intersection in Las Vegas this past December. So, oh, Romans 6. Well, that's an interesting question, Romans. Let me put that up. It's not going to pop up automatically because I turned off the automatic popper thinger. Any good tools I like to use for my SDLC pipe? Any favorite static or dynamic analysis tools? No, I don't have a favorite one. I was at one point tinkering with ndepend, and I realized I just said ndepend end. Okay. I never quite saw significant value out of it. Like the things that a static analysis tool like that would the reports, the information that it would give back to me, I don't have, for the things that I do, particularly here on stream, I don't have the performance pressure on those applications to say, oh, you know what, we need to fix some of these things. We need to tune, use better coding styles. It's not something that I've seen that I've felt an appropriate need for that type of analysis. Just because I'm not at something. I feel like static analysis, dynamic analysis, is something that you really need to do for bigger projects that are going to be around for a long time, that performance matters. And you know what? Maybe that's something we need to put on this project, the Blazor web forms components, not the rainbow beard project. If my friend Miguel Diacaza would give this project a code name like Project Rainbow Beard. He codenamed a project Project Pen Pineapple Apple Pen. That was a thing. But maybe there's a point where we do put that on this. Romans, you've got me thinking now, as this project becomes more important and more folks start to use it, maybe there is a point where we do want to use this. That's a good idea. All right. Did we get a pull request while I wasn't looking? We might have. Add a static analysis to the build process, and I'm gonna label this as it's like future. Yeah, I'm just gonna list it as enhancement, and I'm gonna put it on a milestone as future. And we're gonna miss our MVP completely on this, but no good project doesn't go over on its timeline. There is an entity framework Magic Unicorn version. Yes. Burnax asks, when would you come to Portugal? I don't get invited outside the States too often. I went to Stockholm in February. I was invited there by Jimmy and Jessica Engstrom. Was happy to speak at their conference. I need a conference. I need some customers to visit. Certainly, Johan, you're right. Not anytime soon because of the virus situation. But sure, it would be fun to go to Portugal. I was supposed to go to Australia to speak at a conference in Melbourne this July. NDC Melbourne I was going to speak at, but that was canceled too. So, need to get me into UK, have a Twitch meetup? Absolutely. Yes. Just like Chicago, London is another city that I visited Heathrow. That's about it. So, things change. Certainly do. Let me see here. Keeping an eye on things. Watching my time. Because I have a lot of stuff I have to get done today outside of... I was supposed to be in Amsterdam. Yep, and TwitchCon got canceled. That was totally a thing. Hate that. Hate that happened. Not much we can do about it, but... I've been to Prague, actually. I was in Prague. I passed through... once again, passing through. I flew into Prague, and I went to speak in Brno at Red Hat's conference there. And I spoke in Brno. I got to pronounce that right. Brno. And I went to Zurich, and I spoke in Zurich later that week. It was a twofer. So traveling to Europe, if I can make 2 or 3 stops, and visit a couple places in the span of a week, would be very appealing to me. So, and certainly to my employer as well. This looks like it's rendering and running properly. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm feeling good about that. But it's one thing to say, hey, it's working, it's rendering properly. What we need is some unit tests for this. So D-Trouble, that's not a selling point, actually. My boss, Scott Hanselman, and I, we do a lot of the same things. If he speaks in a town, there's actually less value for me to go and speak in that town later. we need to be careful of coverage. All right, let's put some unit tests to this that show that this FormView, these features that we wrote here to help test this cancel and edit button, that they actually work. Yeah, Johan, for us to send folks to other countries to speak in different towns, if I go and speak, a month later or at the same conference as other Microsoft folks that speak on similar topics, it doesn't add additional value to have that second person showing up in the same month or at the same event. When we have a bunch of us, though, that need to cover a lot of content, and we all go to an NDC because there's a big conference we want to cover everything at, or Build or Ignite, those conferences, Dev Intersection, there's value in that because it takes a lot for people to present 2 or 3 sessions. So, you saw Scott Hanselman last year. It was great. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Microsoft has the problem that too many people at Microsoft can speak. Yes. The problem that we have, and this happened with a conference in the Caribbean. We literally had, of the 30 or 40 speakers at the conference, more than half of them were from 2 teams that work on Azure. And it was like, what are you doing? There's going to be maybe 200 people at this conference, and fully 10% of the people at the conference are on your team that work for Azure. How's that work? Is that Roga? Welcome in. Rogaf? Is that how you pronounce that? Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate the follow. So, Ulix. Hello. Let's write a unit test to exercise this. Mary Jo Stabler.
Mara Jo Stabler just resubscribed for 5 months.
Oh my gosh.
On 10K.
Thank you so much, Mary Jo. And Edgar Dev 86, thank you for the follow. Mary Jo is another member of the Live Coders team, just like Copper Beardy.
Copper Beardy just resubscribed for 15 months.
Oh my goodness. Look at the traffic. Thank you so much for the resubs. We'll make donations to code.org. ADJ Plays Games, thank you for the follow. And yeah, there we go. So Mary Jo did the design for the new Live Coders website, for all of the artwork for Live Coders Conf. Thank you for the follow, QZop. Appreciate that. And you're going to see some of her work as we get closer to the Live Coders conference. She also did the design for the Live Coders 2020 jersey. And I am the very few folks that I've shown it to have all been just completely wowed by it. It looks really cool. And we're going to get those in team members' hands in this year. We'll see. I'm not going to try to overcommit to things. No, who doesn't like to speak in the Caribbean? You're right. Let me write a unit test or 2 for this so we can verify this. Oh my goodness. Exoration, thank you so much. Yes, Gareth, you can send those over whenever. We've got time. I'm not going to lock the sizes and the order for the jerseys yet. I might try and get a first set of jerseys out for something that we're going to try and do in May. We might try and get a first set of jerseys out because that'll be really cool to show off. I wanted to write a unit test here. Let me see if we can get a unit test built real quick that shows cancel and edit buttons properly working inside of our form view. So we have this simple form view that just has an item and has some information on it. Let's do this. Let's copy this and create a new one, right? That. I'm going to go up one and over here. I'm going to go into, that's not how you spell form view. Let's write a quick unit test. This is going to be good. We're going to copy simple into edit.razor. And let's go edit that file. So we have our item template, and there's the item template. We want to put at the bottom of the item template, right? This is going to be a button with a command name of edit. You're killing me here, Smalls. I'll put an ID on it. It should flow through. I don't need an ID. I don't need an ID. Let's put some text on it, even though you're not actually going to see it. Nope, I need a /TE there, and a /TR. So, hey. Edit item template. So the way that our unit test framework works, if you haven't seen it here before, is we specify, here's the component that we want, here's the component that we want it to render, and it will render that. That should be a slash in there. It'll render this, and we can interact with it then right here using some simple commands. So our edit item template, I'm just going to have it come up and show, well, here's the ID I'm going to put together. I'm going to make this real simple. I'll put label ID equals, I don't even need an ID, I just need to have something here, right? And I'll be able to say item.name. I just want to make sure that I got into edit mode and that it found that label. So I'm going to scroll down here, right, find all. I don't even want to find all that stuff. I just want to find that there was a button, right? And that button has the text. Let's see. Right, let's delete all this. All right, find button. Let me just, right, make sure we found the button. In fact, let's say var edit button, because that'll be the one that we find. Equals that. Okay. And we want to say edit button count should be 1, right? We should have that. It's not going to run my tests. I need the .NET Watch doesn't recognize new files, and we created a new file and it didn't actually kick this off. So let's kick that over. Yes, I'm using some Vim. Oh no, it live coders, the closed captioning. Got it wrong. All right. iElement does not contain a definition for count. Ah. All right. Well, that's better. Let's get rid of this. Let's say should not be null. Get rid of that. That's a thing, right? That'll compile and run. Right? Show me that's a thing. Yes. And total of 1 test. There we go. Well, it compiled. There we go. All right, so we got 156. It found the button. Is there a way I can check the text on it? Edit, so that I know that I found the edit button. Is it inner text? Can I do that? Should be edit. Right, is that a thing? Will that work? On run, can I have the UI found highlighted? What do you mean found highlighted? Does not contain an inner text feature. Is it that? Is that a thing? I think it's that. Nope. Nope, inner text isn't a thing. Rats. How do I tell what the text is inside of it? Can I just do text? Is there tab completion in Vim? I've tried installing that, JC Weaver, using something called OmniSharp, but it doesn't seem to work for me. See, this is where now I'm kind of lost. I don't have autocomplete, so I can say, well, what should that thing be? You know what? I don't care. All right. Let's say edit button dot click. I can do that, can't I? I can. That's a thing, right? What test framework am I using? Asks Cyrelash. This is BUnit. This is a Blazor unit testing framework written by our friend Eagle Hansen. Okay, so I clicked. Now I want to check and see, well, is there a label that I can work with, right? It was a label found. So let's say cut. Cut stands for component under test. Cut dot, find. I should find that label, right? Should not be null. Because it'll find that label because it changed modes. It changed and the edit is showing now. There we go. Run that test. And it continues to work. Now, let's see if it can find, it should not find a button. Make sure that works, that blows up here. Yeah, just be like the 90s and pull out a 4,000 page reference manual. Please don't. I don't want to do that. No elements were found that matches the selector button. Well, yeah, that's right. So let's do this. Change this to, if I say find all, count should be 0. That should be a thing. That should work. Right? Run those tests, recompile, run the test. I love that it only takes 3 seconds here, and I can just run my mouth and say stupid things and it comes back. Boom, that works. And to verify that it is properly, I'll say, well, should it be 1? Thank you for the follow. Oxer, is that dopamine? Thanks so much. There we go. Should be 1, but it didn't find any at all. So it is properly changing over to edit mode and hiding the stuff that happens in read mode. Fantastic. So that completes that functionality. That does what it's supposed to do. Why is it running again? Did I put something extra in there? Did I put something extra in there that I shouldn't have? No, we're good. Thank you for the follow, Yiliak. Welcome in. All the tests ran. Fantastic. Friends, let's clean up. Let's call it a day. Hang on. Do that, then this. There we go. Let's get cleaned up. I am really happy that we have everything working now. For the FormView to change modes for us. We didn't finish the FormView, but we've got a pattern now that I can go and implement and get the other view modes implemented, and we can deploy. And I've even got some unit tests to verify a pattern for it that verifies, and we can get it working nicely here. So let me add these files that changed, and I'm going to commit and say completed the change to edit mode. Yeah, just write that. That's good. Push that out, and that'll recompile using Azure DevOps, and we'll have unit tests running in the cloud, verifying and ensuring that our edit mode works properly. And magically, out there, every time folks want to use this, and we write some code for it. Thank you so much for the follow, Zach Salt. Appreciate that. Oh my goodness. It's been a tremendous day today. We gave away a bunch of prizes. We've got more than 10,000 followers. I'm going to start working on scheduling our 12-hour stream. We crossed that number today. Thank you so much, everybody who clicked that follow button and joined us. If you're out there on the YouTubes, you can mash that bell, subscribe to the channel, and maybe we'll celebrate a YouTube milestone at some point here as well. Thank you so much. Yes, Fritz Day indeed. We will have a full day. Maybe we'll even invite Glenn to join us again for part of that 12-hour day. It is going to be phenomenal. Let me put the raid call out. It's Sunday, and we want to keep the live coders, the live coders love happening here. Send you on to another member of the team. You know who's streaming now. You know who's streaming now. We're going to send you over to go see what she's up to. We're going to raid our friend No-Op Cat. Let's get ready. Let's get over to go see her. Good thing we'll all be at home, so the 12 hours will be busy. Remember, Friday next week, we're going to do an ASP.NET Core 3.1 workshop live here on channel, starting at 10 a.m., our normal time. and we're going to go until it's done. We're going to help you build your first ASP.NET Core 3.1 project. That's the long-term supported version of ASP.NET Core. Click that follow button so you know when we're starting. I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you. 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. See that? You're going to be done before dinner out there on the West Coast. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I will see you on Tuesday. Tomorrow, we've got .NET Conf focus on Xamarin for you to tune in. I'll be moderating for a bit of that, but I'll see you on Tuesday. Take care.